Neil Young. My name is Jerry Harvey. I have a dairy farm in southern Iowa. My wife and I have been married 32 years. I'm 53 years old. We have 5 children, 4 boys, 1 girl, 8 grandchildren. 2 of my boys have been working on the farm. I just had to send my other son to town to get a job because we only milk 80 cows and it is nearly impossible to make a living for a dairy farmer. My son, second oldest, works with me. He has 3 young boys from 3 to 9 years old, and they love the farm. Neil, it is sad what is happening to the family farmer in our country. The last 5 years has been nearly impossible to make a living. Our co-op contacted us last week and said that they're going to charge more for hauling our milk. We paid $2.90 per month. Now they want $1,900. There is no way that will work. My son wants to stay in it, and I want to sell it to him, but I'm scared for him. They said we are overproducing. If we are, it's not coming from the small farmers. We have sold everything we own to stay in business. All across this country, dairy farmers go and grow. Mega factory dairies are overproducing, not us. I'm going to stop here because this is a point that I think this is something we've been fighting in factory farms since we started. In this country, you know, you can do just about anything you want, but the fact is that we need the independent family farmers to be represented within our government in a way that's similar to unions, in a way that's similar to what some people are trying to get rid of, just as some people are trying to get rid of the family farm today. Because we are up against big bucks, we're up against 300 to 400 lobbyists for every member of Congress. We're up against multiple bills that get brought up to protect the family farms and to protect biofuels and all of the related industries to farming, and they constantly get shot down, so that out of 400 to 500 bills that have come up in the last 10 years, only 4 have been passed, and they're for petrol fuel. So we're up against something that's really big, and we've been here for a long time, and some people say we're not going anywhere. But we are not going anywhere. We're going to stay right here. Someone has to stand up. One of these politicians has got to stand up for these farmers and separate them so that when we try to help farmers, we don't help the agri-farmers who are overproducing and killing the family farms just through the might of their power. We can't let that happen. Someone has to stand up for the man who works and has a family and wants to make good food on his farm that he got from his father, who got that from his grandfather. We have to keep that together so that all of us little towns across America don't dry up and blow away like some of them are already. And it's just really big. So that's why we're not going anywhere. We're going to stay here and try to gather as much you around us for as long as we can stand. Thank you.
I hope this one works as well for me as it did for you. I look at our country and how much I love this country, and I'm so honored to be here and to join this movement with this group of people up here a few years back. But I think one of the things that's confused in our country is that the voice of the And there's nowhere that it's more pointed than in the farming industry. It's the opposite of what we, as Americans, want to be, the majority of us. We want to be able to open a bookstore, or open a clothing store, or have a little market, but we're up against all the wealth and all the lobbying power. And I don't want to repeat exactly what Neil said, but I think it's just saying it again and again that we have to try and move our politicians, and that's why I'm here, and move our leaders to listen to the majority of us and look after the local good food movement, the farmers, the tradition of our country, what this country was built on, and in the same time, look after the environment and our economy. If everyone is doing better, we're doing better. If a few of us are doing better and getting all the wealth by exploiting the rest of us, that's not what this democracy is about.
Thanks a lot for having me here. My name is Jack Johnson. I feel an honor to be on the stage with my heroes, not just musicians, but the farmers on the left as well. And not just for the music they play. I've grown up, obviously, listening to a lot of these guys my whole life. And seeing what they stand up for. When I started first getting out on the road and touring, first time I heard about somebody running their trucks and buses off of Bowie, so it was Willie Nelson. I thought we got to do that too. That's what I said. Got to play French school benefit with Neil Young years ago. It inspired my wife and I to start a foundation of Hawaii. To be honest, we walked away from that when we saw what you were doing there. We started something called the Kukua Hawaii Foundation back home where I live in Hawaii. Well, Willie and I really played at that festival and supported what we're doing, so I was really happy to get a chance to come back and see what's happening on the national level. It was a real learning experience for me. What we try to do in Hawaii, I'll just give you a quick one, is we try to connect kids to the earth at a young age. We're going to put school gardens in, so that they're connected to their food real young, and they might start asking us bigger questions in Hawaii. Why we grow so much food here? Why is 80 to 90% of our food shipped into Hawaii? And make some major changes, try to support local farmers markets and all these outlets. A lot of the farmland in Hawaii is getting gobbled up by development of other types. So it's the big picture is, it's overwhelming sometimes there, and it's something we're working at on a microcosm there. I'm just happy to be here to see what's happening on a national level and use this as a real learning experience we can take home. So thank you for having me.